Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Don't see what's yours for the taking tonight. Ooh, show me your soul, baby. I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Can't you see it's way past time? How explicit do I have to be? I mean, I spell it out before you get it, baby. Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Well, what in the world? I look like I'm underwater. What is that? That's not going to work. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Let me grab. I know what it was. I was eating a piece of chicken last night and my camera fell off and I picked it up and put it up. Clearly, it's greasy. Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to go out. This is live. So do I look that way to you guys? Let me look on here. Good morning, you guys. Oh, there's the film crew. They left me a text. I'm going in here for a second. You know what? I'm going to just keep it real. First of all, welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe. Yep, I look blurry. What is that? You know, I'll tell you what it is. And I'm not having it. See, here we go. Let me just get this cleared up. Not today. Let's see. We're gonna go here, and then I'm gonna. How about that one? I don't know. I'm gonna go over here now. Oh. Okay. I'm sweating. You see that? I don't think I like that light now. Ooh, not that one. Anyway, welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. You see what we do? Let me tell you what that is. Seriously, today's a big day, right? As a matter of fact, when I came in, I was like, ooh, I noticed that I had a thing. Yep. Let me just say yes. They're like, are we still good for 9 a.m.? Yes, we are. I have a film crew headed here right when the show's over. I'm going to be a part of a documentary. I'm really excited. But we only have an hour to do it because right after they leave, we record the first episode for Cosmo Sapiens, our show on iHeartRadio, iRock Space Radio. So I'm really excited. But you see how things start? They try to get in there, those negativity things, those things that used to, all they had to do back in the day was go, and I'd fall over, what's going on? You know, so they still come in and try you. No, trick no good. Trick no good. Be gone, vanished. Exactly. See, it wanted me to panic. Because then the trajectory of my purpose can be skewed, changed, thrown off course. I don't think so. So remember that today as you move through your day. Anything that gets in your way, send it on its way. Can I get an amen? Yes, indeed. So welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris, and I got a few things. Okay, I already told you about the big day. Let me tell you about this. I had a dream last night, right? Oh, I was homeless again. I was awakened by two women who were like, excuse me, sir, excuse me. And somehow I was laying on top of their surfboard. And we weren't even near water. We were like in front of some store, like Macy's. And I was like, ooh, excuse me, I'm sorry. And then I woke up, but before my eyes opened, I heard Grady there and saying, you know what that was all about, right, Lauren? And I was like, okay, yeah, I do, right? And they said to me, because right now, how grateful are you that was just a dream and not a reality any longer? And I was, like I am right now, pretty much speechless. So man, let me just say, all we have to do is remember that nothing is ever about just one thing. That dream was not to scare me or trigger me. That dream was to remind me and encourage me so that I could remind and encourage others. So today, don't forget, don't hide those things that you've lived through, because just like last night, what is greater than counts on us being able to be courageous enough to go back, revisit those places, and pick up the things we left when we were trying to get out of there because we thought the house was on fire, right? Blessings are born into existence the very moment trauma knocks on your door. Don't forget that. I want us to send some love out today. I don't know if she's here yet. Sherry McQueen, Sherry's here. She's in the hospital. She had her heart surgery. And we were texting last night because I didn't realize that that's where she was and not here yesterday. And I felt really bad that I was checking in with her so late in the day. But she said she was doing well. Her heart is no longer broken. And we're so grateful. So you guys at this moment, take a moment, won't you please? And just send some light love, some prayers, and some encouragement out to our dear friend, Sherry McQueen. And then there's also a good friend of mine, Ruben Ayala, his father, also dealing with some heart issues in Puerto Rico. And we texted yesterday, and I asked him to just give me his dad's first name so we could do the same for him, to put some prayers out there and some encouragement. So at this time, please, for Mr. Ruben in Puerto Rico, that he is in good health in no time at all. And so here we are today, the 23rd day of September, already moving into what soon will be quarter number 3 of the year. The reason I bring that up, it's not a business statement, is more or less a purposeful statement. I want you to think about what you told yourself back at the beginning of the year, what you said you were going to do to change your life, what you said you were going to do to change someone else's life. Just remember the promises you've made, and there's still time. A lot of us, we put those little Post-it notes on the refrigerator and forget all about them, but there's always time. So we're here fulfilling the greatest promise, I believe, known to man, where we are instructed to come together in like-mindedness. And the promise tells us that where two or more of us comes together, great things will happen. So let's have the conversation today with my good friend, Harrison KLEIN. He's here because he's got an opportunity he wants to share with all of you, and it's time sensitive because I believe his event begins today. So that's the bell of purpose right there. It means not just, oh, that's a nice little cute prop or something like that, a little stage thing. No, that is there because the truth does have a ring to it, and sometimes we miss it. Our spirit is not in tune with purpose, and so I have that bell to remind myself first so that I can remind you next that there's some truth in the air. And so when you hear the bell ring, lean in, sit up, take it with you. You will be grateful you did. Trust me. So that's the bell of purpose. And lastly, help me welcome to the show. This is my girl, my version of Ed McMahon. This is Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. She's been with me almost 7 years. And I would not want to start my day without her. So Harrison KLEIN, you guys, he's been here before. I am Harrison KLEIN. That's his moniker. And he truly is. I love this man because he's not just a good friend, but he's a mentor. When I'm in his presence, I always leave having been poured into. I always leave with a little something that makes you go, that I didn't have prior to. And so that's what I'm hoping for all of us today. I know it's there. So just open up your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul, and let's get Harrison in here. Now, he's been here before, but still, let's be on our P's and Q's, shall we? Put some love into this. Put some love into it. We're going to have an illuminated conversation, and that's a fact. So put some hearts on the screen, would you, as we bring to the stage Harrison KLEIN. Good morning, Harrison. How are you?
Good morning, Lauren. I am sensational, terrific, amazing, phenomenal, outstanding, incredible, awesome, turned on, tuned up, tweaked, authentic, resplendent, opulent, and happy. Bye.
Man, I'd have passed out if I had to try to say all that in one breath. Well, that's quite a mouthful, and I believe every single syllable of it. So I'm so happy you're here. Welcome back. And I know you have some big things happening today. We both do. And I wanted you to come in today. We actually moved a guest to accommodate because I never want people to miss a great opportunity. No one can do anything with an opportunity unless they first know about that opportunity. So why don't you say hello to everybody, tell them where you're at in the world, and then we'll get into it, what you got going.
I want to start off before I even begin there. Just what an awesome personality you are, Lauren. I mean, well, your opening video is sensational. I have hardly seen ever anything like that. It's so wonderful. It compels you into the moment of all that energy and all that love and all that frequency, and then your generosity and reaching out to the people that are close to you and around you and all that, to just give them love and give them strength and give them meaning. It has so much beauty in the whole process. So you're a beautiful man. So I got to start by.
You know why that I do that? Honestly, it's a selfish thing because I always give away what I know I'm going to need.
Well, that's how that's how we all do it.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. Because Harrison, and this is a great segue into what you're all about. It's not easy sometimes, as we may think, to do that because it's all the thing that we need the most is what we feel we have the least amount of. So it's like, well, I don't want to give this away. I don't have that much. But the moment you do, it's like stone soup, the stone soup story. We're living a modern day version of it every day. Bring what you have and watch what you leave with. So tell us what's going on in the world of I Am Harrison.
Okay, well, right now we have this evening, I will be starting a brand new master class in the general area, not in the general, in the specific area of quantum neurogenesis, which is a methodology that I've developed over my 40 years of teaching and working in the spiritual communities to help people awaken into greater consciousness, into supercharging their brains, bringing the hemispheres of their brains together. We learn how to create and hold sustained belief that takes our thoughts and ideas to new realms of imagination and into the physical world as well.
Mhm.
So everything okay?
Yeah, that's. I'm always like, trying to say the
Okay.
sun is. I mean, I have any problem with the sun because it's been raining here in Chicago lately, so I'm
Okay.
glad to see the sun out. But there, I found a spot that works, so I won't fidget. That was the
Okay.
thing when I was little. They said, "Can you please keep still?" They always said it was the ADHD.
ADHD.
But it wasn't. I just have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You said something in there. Did you say quantum?
I did say quantum. Yeah.
Now you sound like you're getting into a science lab or something. Tell
Well,
everybody about these different components that you bring together. Because I think a lot of people, when they hear those terms, if they're not in the know, they may go straight to like NLP, neuro linguistic. What's
no,
the P? Programming. But it's not the same.
no, it's not the same.
Explain that if you could.
Yeah. So what we have to understand is that the quantum field is the real world. What we see, what we think we see out here is an illusion. It's all interpreted by your brain internally, and everything that seems to be real, in point of fact, is created from this behavior of spirit, if you will. It's a subatomic physics. The quantum field is the field of all possibilities that all the sages talk about, that have been talking about since time immemorial. This field of blackness and silence and energy, intelligence and energy, from which everything emerges. And when you understand the quantum field, what you begin to see is that it's a study of subatomic physics. And what lies beneath the atom is this sea, endless sea of energy and intelligence from which all matter comes. And matter is not different than energy. And there's no such thing as a void. So it's all intelligence, and it's all extraordinary intelligence. And quantum is the state of understanding the extraordinary as well as the ordinary. So we find that when we begin even a simplified understanding of the fact that everything exists through the behavior of spirit and in a particular way, we get this amazing sense of involvement and power in the universe. We get this immersion in a new understanding and a new perspective. And the higher the perspective, the greater your effectiveness in everything, and the better you feel. So most people live in a place of where they respond to events. The events are only something that we're projecting out of ourselves. So when we begin to understand that all events and the world is us, we are not in the world, we are the world. When we begin to understand that, we begin to become very deliberately creative about things. So the quantum is the study of this field of energy and intelligence. It is the mind, body, spirit of all things. And neurogenesis is the process that I've developed to harmonize the hemispheres of the brain. So we all have two hemispheres of the brain. They're divided by a cavern type thing, which is called the corpus callosum. And, it is where the thoughts that emerge from our body go through, and then they land on one side or the other. So we know that the left side of the hemisphere of our brain is logical and analytical, and it's a problem-solving side. The right side of our brain is the intuitive and the creative side of our brain, and that is a place in which we exercise the resources that are within us. So we are not using a system. The left side is the system, the right side is a creation. So, but what happens is that most people, they lead or they dominate with one side of their brain or the other. And yeah, and so what happens is this quantum neurogenesis, the neurogenesis is that we know that, every emotion, every thought generates neuropeptides, which then generates an emotion, which then, goes into our subconscious, which controls our behavior. And so when we come into that space, basically, we also know that we create everything coming through us. We're letting life live through us. But when we harmonize the two sides of the brain, we come into a space called synergy. And
Okay, wait, because I already know, Professor. I feel like I'm in the back of the classroom at Harvard or something. Here's why I want to go. Because let's go back to neurogenesis. Because neuro, correct, brain.
yes,
Okay, genesis, origin.
origin, right?
Okay, so because here's what I want. I want everybody to understand that this is not some PhD masterclass, because a lot of us are looking for a place to begin, a place to start, and Genesis is your road into that. So let's just get that out there. But peptides and celluloids, I made that up, and that sort of thing. Tell the person like me, what is that called? The layman, if you will. Break these terms down for the person who's out there. Let's picture this. The person who feels like, I don't know how I'm even going to get out of the bed when Bathrobe Moments is over. I wonder what I will find, if anything, to feed my children tonight by the time they come home from school. What if they turn the power off like they've threatened to do today? Those kinds of things. And because what I mean is, a lot of people find themselves, Harrison, in a spot right now that they feel they will never. I don't know what I'm going to do. Today could be my last day, that sort of thing. And I know what you do, and I know how you do it, and I know that you have things that can help people flip a switch right now, even before they hit the class later today. So let's make sure let's get that in there for those people, because I just have a feeling that there's someone there going, I wish I were ready for that. I wish I were at that point for that, what he's offering, but I have nothing. Explain why that's not the case.
So it's not everything that exists is within us. So Jesus said,
Sorry.
kingdom of God is within. It's not out there. It's within. So that's the first thing. We have everything that we need for anything. The issue is that we have to access it because we've been conditioned out of believing and knowing and understanding the resources that we have within ourselves.
One example of how we were conditioned, if you could.
Well, most of us have beliefs that we're not good enough. We're not, strong enough. We're not able enough to have everything that we want, that we can't make as much money as we like, or we can't pay the bills, or, our relationships aren't good because there's something wrong with us. That's
broken. Yeah.
Most people believe they have something wrong with them that they have to fix, but the truth is that, the integration of yourself, whatever your integration of understanding, is what heals you. That is the healing process. And quantum neurogenesis is a healing process. It absolutely brings together the frequencies of the brain. And most of us understand that we are emitting frequencies.
Where'd you go? Your volume just left.
I don't know.
There it is. Sounds like a short. You're going in and out now.
Oh my.
There you go.
Okay.
You know what that is? That's the same thing that had me blurry earlier.
It's a strange energy, I think. So
yeah, trying to get in and block something, trick no good. Banished, gone, be gone.
Demons be gone.
That's right. Where's the bell? Okay, continue. Because that's really great news for people that it can happen right now.
Switch a shift. You can actually switch a switch. You can actually shift it by a switch. When you understand the whole process of you projection, when you understand how to reach inside and integrate the quantum of you, the neurogenesis, the neural pathways, you can make anything happen, because integration is the key to healing. We begin to understand that positive energy is everywhere, and most of the time when we're down and not experiencing what we want, we're not seeing the positive energy that's around us. The impersonal part of the neurology is that it solves the brain puzzle. That's what we're talking about. And the brain puzzle is very difficult for a lot of people because they don't understand, they believe that their behaviors are determined by free will, and they're not. They're determined by the subconscious, that other people and messages that we've absorbed as truth. So when we start rising above the messages that we get and determine our own messages, we come into a place of how to respond. We respond adequately to trauma, to the challenges of life, to drama. We come into the place of the eternal, and we come into the place of the whole being greater than the sum of its parts.
So, really quickly, determining our own messages. Break that down. Break that down if you could.
Okay, remember that the body that we have basically is really an accumulation of memory, and that there are two kinds of thought. One is individual thought, and the other one is group thought or collective thought.
Mm-hmm.
And, anything that we don't empower on our own, that we don't say, "This is my stand on this," becomes overpowered by the group. So there's the group thought, which is the collective consciousness, which is like the things that are of TV, the things that are of authority, the things that are determine the rules and regulations of how we.
So is that the same as majority minority? Kind of, no?
Well, no, because we have the ability to rise above group thought. Group thought is always circulating around us. But when we decide to take a stand on something, rise in place. So then the group thought doesn't touch us. We determine what our thoughts are, and then that is our power. If we don't access our own power, what happens is the group empowers us or overpowers us and makes us behave in particular ways, which is what society is all about, which is what rules are, which are the reasons why people, fall off the grid, and the reason why people have difficulty in understanding themselves, that they don't understand the extraordinary abilities that they have. And when you come to a program like Quantum Neurogenesis, it's for the experience of expanding your capabilities, right? What we all want. We want to expand our capabilities, have more life, have more happiness, more joy, more effectiveness, more success, whatever it is that we may want. But every time we work with something, if it either expands our capabilities or shrinks our capabilities. So quantum neurogenesis is the only major way to expand our capabilities in a most beautiful, that has no pain, no difficulty, no effort. There's no effort involved in this situation, because once you understand, you integrate. Once you integrate, you are now in a position to deliberately have and create whatever it is you want, any kind of experience you want.
So let me ask, we are all individuals, clearly. So how do you see it working, since you've been doing this for so long, as far as, let's say there's 3 people sitting in the same room with you, going through the same process. This is a tough one to ask, but I'm getting there. Wait on it. What I'm getting at is, how does a person know when they flipped the switch? What do they feel or experience that validates, oh my goodness, this is working. I feel it. I know this. Give us an example of what might be the match that lights that ember for someone.
Well, the first thing that happens is that you get this major influx of energy. So you feel much more energetic. That's the first thing that happens. So the second thing that happens is that you begin to feel light, and your awareness sharpens. This is really the crux of everything. So, in my early years, I was incredibly dull because I was constricted. I was on a very tight leash. I kept my emotions harnessed. I didn't speak at all, and I was in a constant state of resistance to everything. When you release the resistance, that you are in what they call flow, which means that you have access to being able to speak on anything, anytime, any way that you want. You have access to being able to be alert in the moment, which is you read body language, you read facial expressions, you read, the that are going on, and you are sharp. You're really sharp, because the sharpness of who you are is extended outward, and you see the way things work. So
you kind of move like a ninja.
You move like
instead of hesitantly.
You are a ballet. You are a ballet ninja.
Right.
So
I just want to say he's absolutely right, Harrison. I'm speaking to y'all out there. Harrison is absolutely right, because I'll never forget the first day when I went to, and some of you know that story if you've seen the masterclass or heard it here, when I went to the woman who was responsible, I say, for me ending up with Apology Accepted way back when. She was a hypnotherapist, and and I didn't want to go because, I was reading it in a magazine, a drama log, and kind of flew up, and I was like, what? Hypnotherapy? I don't believe in that. But I wrote it down and went anyway. As soon as I got there, she opened the door and she reached for my arm and she pulled it, and it was like frozen. I was pulling back automatically. Didn't even have to think about it. I didn't know she was going to do it, but somehow I was right on it. When she pulled, I pulled back. And she goes, you're resistant. Okay. I've dealt with your kind before. And she was right. And I when you said that, it took me right back to that moment, because that's exactly what I was. I wasn't just resistant to the pull of another person. I was resistant to the pull known as purpose. And that changed everything after she released me, or helped me to release myself. So continue.
So when you begin to feel light, you begin to shed the burdens of what we call this kind of a life process, the suffering. So the release of that intensity of constriction, of that heaviness of the burdens of life, knowing that you can handle anything, is a place of great joy. It's a place of great connection with spirit, and it's a place of great understanding that you are competent to all the challenges of life, plus that we are here for a purpose. As you talk about, Lauren, we're here for a purpose, and all of us are here for the same two purposes initially, which is joy and expansion of the universe. So expansion. So how we do that is our own choice, but those are the purposes we come into a body for. And
go back to spirit, if you could, for a second, because we all have so many different names. They're really symbols for that. So what about the person who may be angry at that entity that represents spirit, or they feel like it betrayed them or it left them? Now you said we are one with spirit. So what about the person who feels like, well, this can't work for me because spirit and I aren't on speaking terms right now? How does that work?
Well, the spirit is really consciousness. Everything is really consciousness, or another word for that is awareness. Another word for that is energy. Another word for that is love. Another word for that is joy. They're all the same things, just different words for it.
Different words, yeah.
But basically, when the reasons why we feel bad and the reasons why we have negative experiences is that we refuse or resist the love, the joy, the awareness, the energy, the spirit. So
is that because of a sense of not being worthy of it?
Yeah, that's the first and most important bottom line, baseline, in which we start to create negative emotions about things. Yes, is the feeling of unworthiness, and when you can switch that master switch to worthiness, when you come back to beginning to enjoy yourself and look for the positive energy everywhere around you, when you look for the things that are making you happy, for amusement, for entertainment that is really personal, when you look for relationships that make a difference to you rather than relationships that you find yourself in, that you have for convenience, when you begin to take control of that experience, spirit is on your side. Spirit always wants you to be in a higher, better, more successful, more meaningful place. Spirit is about meaning, so what the world is a particular kind of meaning. So what our experiences are how we interpret the meaning of what it is this body and this time and this situation is giving us. So spirit is the thing that animates us. It is the consciousness of everything, and it is the energy that makes things happen. So without spirit, we can't have. There is we have constricted, kind of dull, lacking of everything. We feel lack. We feel like we're not enough. We're not good enough. We don't have enough. We can't have stuff. So when
Right.
you begin to exercise your ability to understand spirit or quantum, that's another word for it. When you begin to exercise your ability to understand those things, you begin to integrate it and you begin to heal. That healing allows you to be the best you can be in every way.
I agree.
You become masters of yourself, and the mastery of yourself also becomes the mastery of your world.
So
Not your world.
really quickly, I keep hearing influx of energy. Are energy and frequency the same thing?
Well, frequency
Hear
is
about frequency and operating on a frequency.
yes. Frequency is a part of energy. It is the individualized projection of the accumulation of your emotions and thoughts. So, the way things work basically is that we start with an I am. Everything is the control of energy, and I am is the control of energy, and I am is your identity. Whatever you attach to the words identity are what the universe uses to play out. So if you say I am successful, I am happy, I am joyful, I am crazy, I am depressed, whatever you attach to the words I am become the management of your state of mind. So I am is the first thing. So and that is the sponsor of all your thoughts. So what you say you are, what you think you are, then sponsors the way you think.
That's yes, sponsoring thoughts.
Yes.
I've read about that. There are only two, I believe. What are they? Two sponsoring thoughts. What do you think they are?
Fear and love. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been reading the same books. Yay. So you probably wrote it. So tell them about that. And the reason I want us to go back to that, because that's where it all begins. It's like an utterance.
Yes.
And when you have a sponsoring thought, I remember how encouraging that was once I fully understood it, that it's like the hand that throws what the road I'm about to walk on out there. Is it going to be a bunch of big sharp shards of glass because it's fear-based, or is it going to be something soothing, like a cool brook that's shallow enough for me to cool my feet through as I glide through the water? Love. And that is about flow. And let's put this in there. I'm gonna let you run with it. Recently I had a download. You guys have heard about it here a few weeks ago. It made it so much sense to me when I heard, Lauren, don't forget, you have one job. You are the riverbed. See yourself as the riverbed. Everything that comes through you, like my intention pin says, through me and not from me, is the flow. My one job is to keep the flow free of dams.
Yeah. Right.
So
when you express what happens is that you create an identity, right? So that identity is really your reality. That identity becomes your identity, and reality are the same thing. So everybody's identity is their reality. So if you say I am happy or you say I am depressed, you're going to experience that situation. And if that becomes a dominant thought in you, what happens is that if you say I am happy, you're going to sponsor, or you're going to experience happy thoughts. If you say I am depressed, you're going to experience sad thoughts, and all those things create emotional ripples in your body and activate chemicals and glands and hormones that make us.
So here's what do we do in that moment? For instance, I'm looking out the window at the driveway and the repo man is taking my car away. And I'm like, here comes a sponsoring thought about what I do and how I process it from that moment forward. How do I say, okay, something positive as they take my car away?
Right. So everything happens for a positive reason. So there's no such thing as a negative event in the truth when you understand the truth. So everything happens for a positive reason. And if they're taking your car away, it's for you to learn something, and it's for you to be something better or more, because spirit and life is always just trying to make you, more. It's trying
more. And nothing is ever about just one thing.
not about you. It's about the way that you need to process the betterment of your understanding and your integration of healing. And as we integrate and we become, more of ourselves, whatever that happens to be, we also affect in a ripple way thousands and hundreds of thousands. A conversation like you and I are having right now may reach, endless numbers of people. I mean,
Amen.
and it's just a conversation between two people, but the ripple effect, the energy of it comes and integrates in other people as well.
So real quick before we go to commercial, or how about this? We're going to go to commercial. When we come back, I want you to talk about this because it falls inside your realm of authority. Things like ripple effect, domino effect, boomerang effect, the law of, these rules and principles that we are guided, those things that I know to be true that we cannot break. However, we can be broken against them. I want you to hit that one square on the head when we return, if you could. And I know you can. You guys will be right back. It's just getting good, and it's going to get gooder in just a second. That's 12th grade public school, y'all. Don't go away.
Except I received this insight about a title called Prisoner of War. The book.
Welcome back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harrison. We're in the mix with Harrison Klein. Before we get Harrison back in really quickly, here is an Evelyn Wood speed endorsement. V8, guess what this is? This is 60 calories only, 100% vegetable juice, 2 full servings of vegetables, and only 60 calories. Dump the sugar, dump those drinks or whatever it is, anything that does not serve you. Head down your juice aisle at your local grocer and you'll find these. All you have to do is pop the top one time and you'll say, I'm so glad I had a V8. Find it today. V8. Harrison, welcome back. Had to get that out of the way. So go into what you feel should be. Oh, what you got there?
Oh, I just have my notebook and a bunch of stuff here. So
I'm sure you do. And there's probably a laboratory underneath the trap door in that room that you go down in. And I just see that you're just like this, metaphysical guru. Tell us about what we were talking about before I left. Do you remember what I asked?
You asked about.
Because I don't.
I don't either.
I was counting on you. I was like, I'm pushing this one over to him. What did I say? Anybody remember? Are those senior moments? What are they? Anyway, it'll come back. I feel it walking around in the hallways up here somewhere. Get back down here. Go ahead. You take it to wherever you want it to go.
So the way things work. So part of what this whole program is about is to understand how the world works, right? So the more we understand,
the world out there or the world which is this?
Both. They are one and the same.
Where did his voice go? You got a short in your microphone. There you go. Don't move. Well, okay, you can move, but keep going. Say what you said again because we didn't hear a word of it.
Okay, so we need to understand what's important is that we need to understand how the world works. We need to understand the laws by which things are governed. The energy, the love, the fear, all those things have particular laws. Everything is based on laws. And in this particular world, we have we're governed by the law of cause and effect, or so shall you reap.
That was it. Laws, effects. There it is. So we're in there. We were there already. Okay, no worries. Go.
So, cause and effect is, what goes around comes around, all that kind of stuff. Those are all the law of cause and effect, karma, the law of cause and effect. Everything we do, everything we think has a consequence, has an effect.
Yes.
So the primary effectiveness our beingness is that we are the cause of things. When we understand that we are the cause, there are no problems, we're the cause. So if we are the cause, we're also the solution.
Big piece right there.
So once we put the cause correctly into motion, the effect is automatic. So if we have the wrong cause, we're going to get the wrong results. So, but if we have the right cause, we're going to get the right results. So most people believe, for example, I'll take an example. Most people believe to make money, you have to work hard. No, that's not the way you make money. The way you make money is that you create a cause, you create an idea or a solution to a problem or a situation, a cause that solves the problem, and then you make money because of that. So
because of that is the icing, that is the residual, that is the effect. And it's like this. I always say that whatever you do, make sure it's something that you mean, because when you do something you mean, it automatically begins the process of becoming meaningful to others.
Right.
Ties right into what you're saying there. Keep going.
Yeah, and wholeness. What's most important in this world is that we become whole. So and wholeness is a matter of singularizing our energy, which means bringing it into one focus at a time. So being alert and focused on the now. So otherwise we're fragmented. We are, multitasking, doing 3-4 things at a time, looking here, looking there, not paying attention to where.
So that person who still lives way in the past, that person who does nothing but think of only the future, and they both forget about now.
That's right. So they are not, so they can't be effective because their energy isn't alert to what is happening. So, and the meaning comes from the ability to see or to visualize or to vision whatever it is that we want to experience.
Absolutely right.
We create that situation. We create that situation by an internal desire, and the desire then creates the I am, whatever that is. You identify with something. I am becomes your identity. Your identity is the sponsoring. Your I am is the sponsoring of all thoughts. You can't do something to be happy. You can't do happiness. You have to be happy.
Be happy.
About being. So,
but Harrison, are desire and want the same thing?
No, they're quite different.
Explain that, because that's a lot of people changed that word out when you said desire. WANT in big block letters came across here. Get rid of that for us and tell us what we should be seeing.
Yeah, see, because want is a state of perpetual needing. It's a state of not having. And, that is a frequency that keeps happening. So when you want something, it's when you release the wanting that you get what you want. You get what you desire. The desire is the understanding that I may have an ice cream cone, I may want another, or I may desire another piece. You can have that ice cream cone and still desire something, but you don't want it because that it's not there. I mean, want is a state of lack. Desire is
right. A lot of people want things, but they don't even know why. But if you desire something, you desire it because you're itching to do something with it.
That's right. That's right. So you have a purpose. So desire has to do with purpose. Want has to do with lack.
Say it again.
Desire has to do with purpose. Want has to do with lack. So
can I get an amen? Thank y'all. Yes. So Harrison, later today, what are your hopes for later today and beyond? Who is this masterclass for? What does that person look like, feel like, think like?
Yeah, well, we are here for, a purpose, and we're all here to help each other in one form or another. My peeps are generally leaders. My peeps are, they're everything from the person who wants to seek spiritual guidance or betterment or experience. But I have a different way of looking at this thing. Most people, the gurus out there, they tell you that you got to change. You got to change your behavior. You got to change your talk. You got to change your circumstances and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to do those things. You have to elevate. So don't change, elevate. Elevate is to generate. Okay, Genesis is to generate positive emotion. And when you have positive emotion, the higher frequency or the higher emotion always dissolves the lower emotion. So when you are happy, you don't think about being depressed. When you are wealthy, you don't think about poverty. It doesn't occur to you except as some sort of off thing. So it's like you become neutral to the dark portion of you. So the higher space always is what we aspire to in our experience.
Enhancement.
Enhancement, yes. So,
Everything is to take it higher and higher and higher.
So what we want to do is I want to elevate the world. I want everybody to be in a constant state or a steady state of well-being. That steady state of well-being is not something that we aspire to. It's the baseline from where you start. And when you come into a steady state of well-being, you can create anything because you don't have that resistance. That steady state of well-being is the flow. So all of quantum neurogenesis is about putting you into that steady state of being. It's about understanding the laws of resonance, the laws of attraction, the laws of abundance, the laws of all these things that us in this world. Those laws have particular principles. Principle is something that works for everybody all the time, everywhere. There is no exception to that. They are, what in the biblical terms, it is the word of God, if you will. So principle is the beginning was God, God was with the word, and the word was God.
Exactly.
So all that kind of stuff. So when we understand that there are laws that govern everything, all we have to do is tap into the law. And, that is, we can learn to integrate and apply that. Integrate meaning it becomes us. And I am is the way to integrate, basically. It is the identification. And then, you don't have to do anything to be happy. You are happy, So don't
what about people today who are saying, man, I'd love to go to that masterclass today, but I got all this crap swirling around. I got this husband or whatever, this boyfriend, or I got the bill collectors, the phone's ringing off the hook, or I haven't seen my son in 2 days, he hasn't called or come home, whatever the case may be. And we always say, when things get better, I'll be ready for something like this. Why is it so important that we realize what you're proposing, this masterclass, is the better?
It is the better because you are the better. So you are the better. You are also the things that you're lacking. Again, if there's a problem, it's because you're the problem. It's not because there's anything out there happening. It's not.
What if I'm just scared?
Well, then you have to understand what scared is. Scared is fear, basically, and fear is, again, the anticipation that you can't handle what's coming up. That's what scared is. It's an anticipation that you can't handle what's about to happen. So when you understand that you can, because you created it, you're bigger than the fear. When you become bigger than the fear has no effect on you. It can be your body, but it has no effect on you. So it means you'll do whatever, you'll feel the fear, but guess what? It's just an emotional moment, and those emotions basically dissolve when you begin to take action, when you begin to move your body, when you address laughter and you see the absurdity of what you're thinking of, you smile, you enjoy it, then it has impact on you. Then it can't restrict you, it can't stop you, it can't stifle you in any way. So when you the flow, you are not affected by those things. The conscious person is what it is they say they are, and so there is no there's no impact from the lower vibrations. It's only the higher vibration that exists for you, and so you're immune to the dark thoughts of other people, to the curses, to the insults, to the drama, to the trauma. You're immune to those things because your vibration is the positive energy, and the positive energy is 1,000 times more powerful than the negative energy, maybe 1,000,000 times more powerful.
Wow. Well, that in and of itself is a good enough reason, everything we've talked about here today, to at least, what do you have to lose kind of thing. Everything that doesn't serve you. For starters, tell everybody what time this masterclass starts today and what they need to do to prepare for it. Should they jump the broom and get in there? Masterclass smallshiftsbigchanges.com. It's on the screen. And it's also, thank you, Sherry, for dropping it into the comments. Go ahead, Harrison. What should they expect?
So this starts at 8 p.m. tonight, and I'm going to give
What time zone is that?
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, great.
5 p.m. West Coast.
And how long is it going to last?
It's going to last somewhere between 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how it flows.
Great.
And I want to give your listeners and your watchers a gift. I want to give you the gift. It's a $297 course, and it's 6 hours of training. So it'll be 4 different classes, but it starts tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to give your listeners, watchers a gift. I'm going to let you come in, guys, as our guest, as Lauren's VIP guest. And all you have to do that basically is when you come to the page, small masterclass, small shifts, big changes, there'll be a field in there, a little white field, and you write the words AHA, AH-HA, and that will bypass the shopping cart. So you get to come for free.
Wow. Hold on. That's the truth, y'all. Better get it. Better scoop it up.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Are you serious?
Absolutely. It's my gift to you for being so amazing that you are.
Wow. Aha. Wow. So right there, right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much every excuse.
Yeah. So what we're going to deal with in the next 4 sessions, basically the class tonight, we'll talk about quantum so that we understand that is the baseline for everything. So when we understand quantum, we can then move into, what the laws are, what the beliefs are, what the circumstances are. We can, eliminate all the false beliefs that you have, the belief that stress is necessary, the belief that, we have difficulties that we can't handle, the belief that we're not enough, we're unworthy, and all those kinds of things. We're going to deal with eliminating those. We're going to deal with, not being conditioned by your ancestral survival skills, not being conditioned by critical thinking, not being conditioned by going from a state of mind that is negative into a state of mind that is positive, so that we don't have to be affected by the kind of the impact of the world that's trying to get us to conform to things. When we become ourselves, we are truly not affected by the other things around us. We are the effect of other things around us.
That's awesome. Yes, awesome. Listen, you guys, time for this episode has concluded. I want you all to really consider, do you want it? All of us find ourselves wherever we are at any given moment with the task of choosing for ourselves. And so someone out there, if you've been looking, if you've been seeking, if you've been searching, if you've been desiring, this is for you. Free of charge. Just take it. I don't know what else to say about it, but I know that someone's world forever is going to be changed. And I'm so grateful to you, Harrison. 8 p.m. Eastern tonight is the time. Masterclass smallshiftsbigchanges.com is the place to go and reserve your seat. Don't wait. Don't put it off until after lunch. Something will distract you. It has been doing it all along. Shiny object syndrome. Over here. No, straight ahead. That is how we get through and move through. That's what I want you to know. Harrison, thank you so much. And what a wonderful gift you've given today, as always. You got the turnstile invitation, which means you can come through here anytime you need to. So let me know. And you all get out there today and just do whatever it takes to find that one E and that one R that you push over to you and stand beside it, lay on top of it, crawl underneath it. I don't care what you do, but take that E and that R and apply it from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner. And just like that, you're going to take strong to stronger, bright to brighter, great to greater. Get out there and love on yourself, but love someone else even deeper. Thank you so much. I'll see you tonight. I'm going to try to pop in. I got some time tonight. Hopefully I'll just be all joyous because of a wonderful, wonderful day. And for you guys, I'll meet you first thing tomorrow morning out on the front porch as we get into our next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Charles Maddox, celebrity chef, will be here with us, Bob Marley's nephew. So
one thing, we have to be masterclass small shifts, big changes.
I wondered, I heard you say dot, and so masterclass
small shifts, big changes.com. Yes.
Okay, drop that in the comments when we get out of here to make sure they have the most recent version of it. And don't forget, AH-HA. Get you in and get you on your way. Everybody, have a great day. Love yourself really wonderfully, deeply, mean it, and then do the same thing for someone else and watch what happens. I'll see you tomorrow, you guys. Thanks, Harrison. Have a great, great day. I'll see you tonight. Mwah! Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you.